Welcome in. All right, we're going to ask our angels, saints, ancestors, and guides into our space. We're going to provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. You're surrounded in divine white light. You are loved, you are protected, and so it is. So I thought we'd have a little fun and do a you, them, and spirit. Okay, so a you column, a them column, whatever them is, okay, and a spirit column, okay? So it's like your perspective, their perspective, and then the reality. I don't know if it's reality, but you'll see. All right, we're ready to go. So, all right, let's get a U. Three of Pentacles. Okay, let's get a them. A them is an Eight of Cups. And Spirit, a Queen of Cups. All right, you had some sort of agreement here, contract even. May even had plans to do something. So this could represent like a soul contract, an agreement between three parties. I'm getting like there is this energy of walking away from something as a result of this. And I feel like there was maybe what might have been on the outside looking in, kind of like this. So we'll get a little bit more. I know that's like super high level right now, but this could be like someone at work. This could be in a relationship here. So one of it looks like them is they're needing to walk away from something at this time, or this is why you walked away from them is because there was someone else in the mix. Okay, this could represent anybody. Okay, it could, yeah, I'm getting it's a somebody, but it could be an anybody. Okay, but I'm getting like, there might have been like, I'm getting like a bit of, maybe doing things for the wrong reasons. Look, because we have a King of Cups, we have a Queen of Cups. All right. Yeah. So what's going on with this? Let's get more cards. A you, the Magician, a them, a Five of Pentacles. So they've had to walk away from somebody here. And they could be dealing with like they're broken up, they're getting divorced, having to move, feeling rejected. This could be the reason why they went towards this energy, is because there was this abandonment wound. I feel like someone may have claimed their power back. All right. With the Magician here. What's the Spirit on the side? We have the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like they may have gone towards something that had more promise. Maybe there was, yeah, somebody wanted to do things for the sake of appearances. Okay, is what I'm getting. A you. Let's see. Huh. Two of Cups, like Three of Pentacles, Magician, Two of Cups. This is a you. Okay. Look at Five of Swords, bottom of the deck. Yeah, like, please, somebody's been hiding themselves and trying to keep up appearances, okay? But here's the reality, and here's the appearances, but here's the truth too, is like someone went maybe out of your dynamic into another dynamic with somebody else for money. And it could be this Queen of Cups. And remember, we were talking about a King of Cups. I'm getting like this might have been something that had some sort of, I'm getting self mastery here. I feel like as a result of what you learned, okay, from this situation, you've been able to master something and create something, okay? And they may not have wanted you to create something, okay, because they had to keep up appearances. So there was this like having to, it's almost like there being some sort of like rejection wound here and having to make it look better where they went, regardless of the truth of the matter. Okay, they couldn't admit defeat here. They couldn't admit defeat here. So it's like staying in a place that feels, yeah, look at Empress energy comes out. Yeah. Three of Cups, entertaining others. Okay. This could have been influenced by a friend group. I feel like there's someone freed themselves. This was a burden, okay, and you were freed from this burden. It might have transpired over lifetimes, and this has been closed out in this lifetime, okay? So whatever happened here was a blessing in disguise, okay? There's this Six of Cups and Justice. I feel like you were going to get what you receive. Like you're in like kindness and support, and people who really get to know you really do adore you, and you deserve to be happy and you deserve to be content. Six of Cups. This could be someone that you meet, kindred spirit, like, hey, I feel like I've known you forever kind of thing. All right, let's get a spirit card over here. What spirit got to say about there? Goodness gracious. Okay. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, Page of Wands, yeah. Somebody wanted their cake and eat it too. Okay. They may have been dipping in the you know what to cover up the fact that they want something else. So I'm getting a bit of like, because this is like, um, this could represent news, but I'm also getting like lustful energy over here, or like sexuality, or not really being able to grow up, right? The page energy is a bit like a bit young. Um, Maybe not feeling like there's purpose or direction. So there could be something that comes out of this that is going to help inspire something towards a purpose, some sort of, different alignment. Okay, it's like, all right, now I get it. I feel like, this is after they may wake up and have a need to make a change in their life, and this is taking the inspired action. So I'm getting like spirit saying like this all served a purpose, right? And with this Ten of Pentacles, this is also helping to, almost there's something regarding like a community, or um, being able to learn from the experience and have it transcend like maybe other generations. So maybe those who are older than you and younger than you. And there's something like that. There's something when it comes to like making a difference and having it, be impactful and having enough, like almost enough to bless others, or nice, like everybody's kind of welcomed in, that kind of energy. I feel like it's something that's being created here with this Two of Cups and the Empress here. I'm also getting like somebody might have been jealous of this Empress and her relationship, so she got in the middle of it. All right. But here's the thing, someone allowed it, right? Like someone allowed this to play out. So for money. All right. I feel like somebody was, dangled the money and, it's all about keeping up appearances with this reading. Okay. Yeah. I feel like someone could be hung up, not literally, but I'm just saying, like, could be feeling like they're stagnant, unable to move forward, having to take a time out, see things from a different point of view. All right. A new outlook. So it's kind of like the you perspective, the them perspective, and spirit. So it's like the hanged man is saying, like, here are the different perspectives, like the you perspective, them, and spirit perspective. So there could be a bit of like they're experiencing what you experience so that they understand the lesson from your perspective, and then, vice versa. And then there's like spirit kind of, guiding this where it needs to go, right? Because it is for the highest and greatest good, Ten of Pentacles. So all of this was for the sake of awakening. So this could be, um, somebody waking up and kind of like taking their spiritual path, okay, and having to start lower in the ranks, but, nonetheless. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Let me see here. You want to add to this? Okay, we're going to add to this. What do you got for me? The you. Okay. Look at Page of Pentacles. So that adds up to 4 Pentacles. I feel like what you gain from this situation, you're putting to, there's like something you're going to be able to put to usage. Okay. Making use of something. All right. This will be a them. The them here is the Eight of Cups. Okay, so whatever is being abandoned, shall we say, here, here's what somebody may have like experienced was an energy trying to spellbound high priest or high priestess. All right, keep them from being of service to others, keep them from ascending, awakening, and tapping into their intuition and spiritual abilities. Okay, so that is what someone has been doing behind the scenes against somebody else. And I'm getting like it's the Queen of Cups versus this Empress over here. And this is all the attacks here, the Eight of Swords. So what I'm getting is they could be experiencing this themselves. Okay, because they're in that energy. Here's spirit. Yeah, look at it's coming. It's coming in hot. It's coming in fast and furious. You may hear about this. I feel like you also might hear about the action taken, in order to kind of manipulate a situation. And it somehow affected like the balance of things here. And I'm getting like somebody might have been giving to someone else on the side for money. And I feel like this is coming out, and this could be what they were doing with this devil energy, this Queen of Cups, because this is clarifying like exposing this Queen of Cups and like what she does behind the scenes and why she does it. She does it for money. Okay. So that's all coming to light. Okay, and then I have a Six of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, there's no fond memories over here because, like if someone is capable of doing something like this, it's almost like you didn't know who the hell they were. Okay. I feel like, yeah, you didn't know who the hell this person was because that's not the face they showed you. But I feel like it's all coming out now. And as they try to run away from, you know, all of this, I feel like, like where do they really think they're going, right? It's like you can't escape this. Someone's wanting to escape this. Look, they're running straight towards someone who's going to hold them straight up accountable, right? Like someone speaks truth, someone's honest, someone is going to cut this energy out. And they're very protected, this Queen of Swords. So I don't know what they think they're up to, but they're going to be met with like a firm. They're going to be met with something firm. Okay, strength, right? Knowing which battles to fight and which not to fight for the greater good, right? Picking your battles wisely, right? It's also about having compassion as well. Look, I have a Queen of Pentacles over here going on top of the Empress. So I'm getting like whatever you've established as a result of what you've gained in this situation is something that they may have been manipulating behind the scenes, attacking, actually, maybe working with others over here to keep this from growing and being prosperous. All right. I would say, but I feel like you're very stable, you're secure. This is something that, like, you stand out for. Okay, look, you stand out for this. You're in your light. You create from a place of light. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so what goes around comes around for this group of people. All right, and then spirit energy. Yeah, the Emperor. Yeah. This is kind of funny because it's like you don't have more power than the Emperor, right? The Emperor rules the kingdom. Okay, so it's like, yeah. Or this could be you heading towards some sort of adventure with an Emperor. I mean, the Emperor sees what's happening over here with this Empress, right? Could be the Emperor to this Empress over here with the Two of Cups. So might be time to, like, they're going to watch you, enjoy your best life here. Time to celebrate, go on a date, have a good time, could be a bit of that as well. Interesting. Let's just kind of tap into this here. Yeah, I mean, we have Eight of Cups, Eight of Swords, Devil, and the High Priestess. Yeah, what are these High Priestesses? Or this High Priest may have just been working with dark arts, and, I feel like they chose, what contracts they'd rather have, and now they're bound to those contracts. They're bound to those contracts, okay? They made contracts, you got to be careful what you agree to, right? Yeah, there's some shady shit going on here. Oh boy. Okay. Anything else with this deck? No. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna grab this deck here. I split the deck. Earth Angel, Special Mission, and the Player. Goodness gracious. Like someone thinks they have it all figured out, right? They're running straight into like their own trap. They're like, ha ha ha, you can't catch me. Like, no, dumbass. Like, you're gonna catch your damn self. That's what's up. Unreal. All right. Woo-wee. All right. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy. All right. So we have a page and a Three of Pentacles. So there's something coming in here that is going to help with this. Okay. Earth Angel Special Mission. All right. So here's that opportunity, like fresh start. Okay. So I'm getting like, yeah, there's some sort of toxic workspace. And then I have angels are with you and they protect you. Okay, so you may be moving towards a new direction when it comes to like what you do for work. Okay, it's going to be like where you're going to be in like your north node, right? Your purpose. It's going to be something you feel passionate about. And, you're not doing this alone. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what were some of those attacks? Slander, spreading lies, and a hater. It's like you're not doing something right if you don't have any haters, I guess. That's what they say, but I don't believe that. I feel like we can do better. I feel like we can be better, and I feel like we can do better. Talk to your spirit guides, ancestors, and saints. Yes. Divine feminine, high vibration, empress. Yes. All right. Okay, what do we got? I know my cards are a little messed up, so don't sweat it. I don't usually take these in reverse. Yeah, I feel like, where do you really think you're going with all of this, right? Legal issues. Like you're not thinking clearly here. So they could be dealing with responsibilities and accountabilities as it relates to like their bad choices. Okay. They could be dealing with like a divorce or something like that. I feel like it's related to their addictions, alcohol, drugs, sex, gambling, and money. Maybe what they did for that. To, you know, maybe they did something illegal for the sake of feeding their addictions. It could be any of those I listed. I feel like divine justice and universal law is playing out. That's clarifying the strength card. And then we have a new opportunity, take the risk. That's that Queen of Pentacles energy. All right, Empress energy, Two of Cups. So it's like they definitely want like you to recognize, that, and to kind of like stop and just kind of be grateful for where you are and how you got here and how much you've learned. And there's like so much more to learn. It's like this is an opportunity to do so. So I feel like you're in the energy of gratitude. All right. I feel like the reason why they're going through it is because they were immoral and they lacked integrity. Right. So there's karma playing out here. Okay. And, we all have childhood trauma, okay? And it's our responsibility to heal it. And so they're learning this. They're going to be they're going to see in the mirror a reflection of themselves, identifying where there's childhood trauma so that they can choose to heal it. But it's their responsibility to heal it and do the work. I have you are releasing karmic debt, okay? And this is like an adventure. This is like freedom. This is like being able to go on that quest and look at, she's like riding a broom. So there you go. Go ride your broom. Brooms might be significant to you, but this is like significant that like you're free. You're a free spirit. Okay. And there's nothing holding you back from your dreams and destiny. Okay. You were dealing with like a lot of toxicity when it comes to like work, friends, family, acquaintances. So I feel like you may have struggled most of your life with friendships and people around you because they want to challenge you. In the near future here, I have someone is going to find out they're sleeping with the enemy. Okay. If they don't already know. Okay. Yep. All right. All right. I have light worker, healer, empath energy. This is in the spirit column. This is again you, them, spirit. Okay, there's spiritual hater here. Listen, you are right on time. Get more connected, meditate, spend time in nature. Okay, like you're on it. You're on it. You're doing what you're being asked to do. Someone is going to possibly lose a job. And that's going to be a catalyst for them, potentially when it comes to like dealing with their legal issues, right? I feel like there's, you know, divine justice and universal law playing out here. Look, right? Divine protection. Archangel Michael. Thank you, Saint Michael. And all the brotherhood and sisterhood. So it's like divine protection. Archangel Michael comes out, and then the tower comes out, falls on the floor. So yeah, there is a catalyst, sudden change, destruction, okay, coming as a result of divine justice playing out here. So angels are with you and they protect you, okay? So let's see if I can fix this. All right. Okay. Watch for red flags. Someone may want to reconcile because everything's falling apart. And so you're protected by Archangel Michael while this plays out. Again, I always am directed to the car and like its condition here. It's a bit, you know, so either that's a reminder for you or that's a reference for this energy here. I have air signs here. I have messages through thoughts, words, dreams, and vision. So you're very connected. And in the near future, this is going to be something that you're going to build upon. Okay, and create. Beautiful. And you might be doing this with like-minded souls, kindred spirits, others on the path here, on the mission. We have someone's dealing with some spiritual or health issues at this time, spiritual sickness, health issues, right? As a result of all of this dark energy. Unresolved trauma creates disease. Energy settles in the body and creates, you know, disease. Look at immoral, no integrity here, this energy. All right, so it is what it is. I feel like you saw this and you removed yourself from it with the help of your spiritual team, the angels, the saints, ancestors. I feel like what's coming in for you is numero uno, and like they're not going to play about you. Okay, so I feel like, you know, if this doesn't call for you to like step up and take charge of your life, I don't know what else would. I feel like they may have tried to do it for you, but I'm getting like you called your power back and you are balanced. We have feminine and masculine energy here. Okay, regardless of the shenanigans going on by these people, like they tried it in every which way and they just, you know, they just created problems for themselves. That is also going to be a major lesson that they're going to learn, okay, is they are going to be directly affected by this because they got directly involved in something they had no business being in. All right, and so depending on their involvement, you know, the divine, it's out of your hands and it's in the divine's hands to know exactly what to bring in for the sake of balance. So, you know, this could be like the card of mercy here. So we do have a merciful God, creator, source, all right? But again, like the energy you put out into the universe, it's going to return back to you, okay? So they're feeling it. Okay, this has been kicked off, is what I'm getting. All right, so anything else you want to say about this? No? All right. Pay attention to the signs, the synchronicities. You know, these are ways in which you're receiving spirit communication. Sometimes it's good to make like little notes and symbols for things so that as you see the signs, you kind of create your own like spiritual dictionary for spirit communication. It's quite fun. It can get really creative and turn into art or a really cool journaling opportunity for you. But there's signs and synchronicities and symbols everywhere if you are open. Okay, so try to continue to remain open if that's your sort of thing. All right. And there's a lot playing out over here, but I feel like you've done your part, and now it's your time to kind of like move on. You've graduated in a sense. Okay, so enough's enough. I feel like there's intervention here on your behalf. Okay, so this is not just your fight. Okay, this is like not only a collective fight, it's a humankind fight. Okay, humankind is the proper term there. And so the more separation, the more control they have. All right, so when we are united, there's power in that. And when we claim our own power and sovereignty and align with our higher selves, right? We're not manipulated, we're not controlled. We know exactly what's up. And so Spirit's guiding us to call our power back and realize that we're the ones who decide what the reality is. And many of us have gone through like a purification process, okay? And so they very well could be going through that themselves, okay? The awakening, seeing everything crumbling around you and being like, what's happening, you know? So yeah, I feel like, their reality is crumbling and you're creating a brand new one for yourself. Okay. You're co-creating with spirit. And that's that magician self-mastery energy, right? In your purpose and your power, ready, to serve. Okay. Right. You're talking to your guides, your ancestors, right? Like your team, working with your spiritual team. You're doing great. I feel like there's lessons learned here for sure. That's why we're here. So some of these contracts got closed out, and this might have been like one of the major accomplishments that you needed to have in this life so that you could move on to the next phase. And you did it. You literally did it. So here's that new opportunity to go and do what you came here to do in this phase of your life. Okay? Make sure to protect and cleanse your energy. All right? Get yourself some crystals if you want. Prayers are great as well. Okay? All right, just sending you guys off with some love and some support, and just know that like you're not in this alone. And yeah, I'll keep the messages coming. If you keep the watches coming, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye now.